I've done it. I'm done driving all over the place trying to find a usable cell signal. This, I hope, is going to change everything for me. As a digital nomad, I work on the road, I need to have internet to make my living and keep living this life. So I made the investment, I'm going to give it a try, and I'm going to bring you along for the journey, for good or for ill, and show you exactly what my experience is with Starlink as I go through the process of starting to use it myself. Unboxing videos are all the rage on the internet, so I figure a good way to start is unboxing the Starlink. See what we've got to work with here. Of course, this guy wants to help. Of course, you guys don't want to see me, you want to see what's in the box. So that's what we're going to show you. I literally just got this, haven't done a thing with it. So, whoa, that was a big bird. So, you're going to see what's in here at the same time I am. This is literally what happens when you open it up. Oh, that's very nice. Nice little SpaceX logo here. And some packing materials. And there's the dishy. This is what it's all about. So we've got a little base for it. More packing materials. This is the dishy itself. We've got more protection. This is good. I like how protected this thing is. This is the business end. This is what's going to get my signal from the satellites. Already has the cable attached to it, but oh, see, just like that. So I've heard a lot of or read a lot of reports that this is not attached tightly when you receive it, and I've just confirmed that because the thing just popped out on me. So this right here is what it should look like. If it's popped out or this part of the plug isn't lined up with this edge, push it in and make sure it's tight. There's no click, but you'll feel it. You also have the router. This is like your regular cable modem router that you'd have in your home. If I remember right, this gives you 75 feet of cord, which I don't expect I'm going to need, but yeah, we'll go with it. All right, what else is in here? We've got a 110 power cord. One failing of Starlink as far as RVs and van dwellers go is it will only run off of 110. So you got to have a decent power inverter, like at least 300 watt pure sine wave in order to run this thing. So that's something to know about. I'll get into all that later. And instruction manual. And that's basically everything. I also want to demonstrate just how simple the dishy setup is. So it has a button and a tab on the mast like this that line up with places inside the base. So what you basically have to do is thread your cord up through the center here, then plug it in securely, make sure that's tight. Now spin it around, like so, clicks into place, and there's your dishy setup. What you see is what you get. The dishy, whole bunch of cord, router, manual, power. That's it. All right, I've come in out of the sun so that you can actually see the Starlink app here. So one of the first steps is to figure out where to put the dish. So that's where you click check for obstructions. Yeah, access the camera. So this is pretty easy. You find a place you want it to go, and then you just scan the entire sky. I'm going to try to do this. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it though. This is where my camera stopped working, so I missed the part where you use the app to scan the sky, check for obstructions to figure out where to place your dishy. Basically, you got to have a clear view of the sky. I have an excellent one here. And it basically does involve you just pointing your phone up to the sky and going around in a circle and collecting a whole bunch of green dots. It's pretty cool. It's like catching all the Pokemon or something like that. So you do that, the app runs its calculations, and it tells you either you have a really good place or it shows you where you have obstructions and that, yeah, this isn't such a good place, you should find somewhere else. It takes a little while to calculate it. All right, and from what it's saying, this is a great place for my Starlink. I won't be able to put it precisely where I was standing, but I can put it on top of the van roof. It's not very windy, so that is what I'm going to try. Okay, I have at least a temporary setup here. I've got Dishy up on my roof. I'll give you a closer look at that. Now, Dishy's just sitting there. It's not tied down in any way. This will not work in windy areas. This is a pretty calm day, so I'm okay with this right now. Get to Arizona in winter, I'm gonna have to have another solution. But for right now, this is okay. I have the wire coming down and in through my window. I'm running around the inside of my van to my IT closet. I need to do some much better cable management here. I thought just hanging this on the hook was gonna work, but it's still a mess, so I'll work on that. But I have the router in here. I have my 300 watt pure sine wave inverter plugged into one of the several outlets that we'd already installed in here for my X. Start setup. I have a location. Plug in your Starlink. I've done that. Next. Join your Starlink Wi-Fi network. Okay. Boom. There it is. Starlink. And I'm connected. Create network. Okay. So here I'm going to set up what I want my Starlink to be. Okay, for the first time ever, my phone decided not to record video. So we missed the boot up process, but it was pretty boring. It switched to this screen where it says it's connecting and looking for Starlink satellites. So we'll see what happens here. When it says it may take a few minutes, it's not kidding. It's been probably 10 or so at this point. So I'm still just gonna let it run. I mean, what else can I do? Especially the first time, it's probably gotta go through all kinds of setup stuff. So I'm just gonna let it. I've seen a lot of people on the Facebook groups complain about this part, about how it never connects, it takes forever. And yeah, well, I'm seeing what they're talking about, but I also know sometimes these things just take a while. So I'm gonna let it run and go from there. Now it wants me to configure the network again. Well, I'll do that. Now it's having me go through the connection process again, except Smokey to Starlink is not showing up. So we'll give that a few. How about this time? Nope. Well, it never came back up, not with the Wi-Fi name, not with Starlink, not with nothing. So I followed the instructions to do a factory reset on the router. That's essentially turning it on and off 3 times with an interval of like 2 to 3 seconds between turning it on and off. And I'm gonna start all over again, hopefully. Hi, Future Justin here again. Camera died again, but I can tell you what happened is I did the factory reset. I started the entire process again, just like I already showed you. At this time, it worked perfectly without a hitch. and I got online. So we're online. Unless we'd update my software, I can do that. But let's see what a speed test looks like. Yeah, as advertised. Not bad. Upload isn't bad either. The upload is definitely much slower than the download. That's just how Starlink is. But that's good enough to upload a YouTube video over a few hours. That'll work. So now I'm in my settings and I'm going to change a few things. I want to turn off the snow melt feature because I never intend to be anywhere where there's snow. Yeah, save that. Here's where I can stow Starlink, and I can reset my Wi-Fi, set up another one. So when I go to hit the road, I'll hit stow Starlink and call that good. Another common question, how much power does this draw? Well, I've moved it over from my inverter to my Jackery, which has a power output meter. So I'm gonna turn this on and see what it says. So far, not a whole lot, but it's still very much in the booting up process. There it goes. There's a little bit of a spike. There's a big spike. Now it's down again. Yeah, so it goes through various phases as it starts up and gets the satellites and all that.
Hello, beautiful people. I'm Amanda Zitto. I make motorcycle travel blogs, content about motorcycle camping, and general encouragement for you to get out and do the thing.
Okay, I am solidly online at this point, and pulling 33 watts. That's not bad. I was pulling about 50 before, so yeah, that's actually a lot better than I expected. And now we're up to 56, but it's going to vary some. But yeah, it seems like, and I'll keep an eye on this for a little while, but it seems like the average draw, aside from booting up or whatever, is it's right about 50 watts. Yeah, it goes between like 30 to 50 or so. So like I say, I'll keep an eye on it, see how it looks. So there we are. Dishy has moved since I last saw it, but that's okay. It'll just do its thing automatically. So it's up, it's working. I'm on Starlink. Now I think I'm going to put this video together and upload it on Starlink just to see how long it takes. This is the beginning of a series I'm going to do about Starlink. Obviously, I got it for myself so that I can do my work, my internet stuff, but I might as well share with you what I find out. This has been the unboxing and setup process. I'll kind of show you how day-to-day use works. I'm also going to show you some of my supporting modifications I had to make sure I have enough power to actually use Starlink. As you can see, it does draw a fair amount of power. I didn't originally design my electrical system for that, but I figured out a way to make it work. So more on that next time.